So there are two questions that almost all businesses cannot answer that are extremely important, and it kills their marketing when they don't know the answer to these questions. So if you know the answer to these two questions, you're going to be light years ahead of everybody else. So let's get into this video. This is really the basics, guys. If you cannot answer these two questions, the first question here is, what is a customer worth to you? You have to know that answer, and almost nobody can answer it. If you can answer this question, comment down below. I would love to hear, do you know how much a customer is worth to you? And sometimes people will say, well, that depends. Like, are you talking immediate value? Or are we talking 1 year? Are we talking lifetime? And the answer to that question is, we need to know all of those things, but what can you afford right now? Because ultimately, that informs the next question, which is, how much can we afford to spend to acquire a lead? So we need to know those two things, and most people can't answer those questions. And let's talk about the second part to that. Most people cannot answer, how much can we afford to get per lead? Now, the most typical response that I get is as low as possible. I understand we're trying to optimize here for the lowest possible cost per action to acquire customers. But at the end of the day, we need to know what the max is, because especially when we're starting out with campaigns, we're starting out with traffic sources, we really need to set a baseline that then we can improve on when it comes to digital marketing. But almost all of the problems that come with marketing and tracking where sales are coming from, tracking how much we're spending on ads, tracking campaigns and their effectiveness, it all boils down to the fact that we don't know how much that client is worth, and also how much we can afford to spend. So if we know those two things, anything that we can do to affect those numbers, whether it's decrease our cost per lead or increase our cost, the potential value for a client, whether it's lifetime value, immediate value, 1 year value, whatever that metric is that you're wanting to look at, you're going to be able to produce exponentially greater results. Now, the crazy thing is, and this might sound super crazy, a lot of people say, well, I want as cheap of customers as possible, but I think that's actually the complete wrong way to think about this. The more that you can spend to acquire customers, the better you're going to perform versus any of your competitors. Because when your competitors are out there trying to scrape by for penny leads, if they are requiring, to get leads at, let's say, 25 cents, and you can spend $1, you're going to be able to outspend those people and win across every market possible. So I know that we're trying to with marketing, and if you ever do marketing or you have somebody working for you that is doing marketing, you want them to be trying to optimize your ad sets and driving the cost per lead down. But what you as the business owner should be thinking about is, how can I afford to spend more to acquire a customer? And obviously you're going to want to continue to get cheap leads and cheap sales as much as possible of the right demographic targets and the right kinds of customers. But it's just incredibly, incredibly important that you're always looking at ways to figure out, how can we push up that value? When you scale ads, it's not a straight linear scale. If you spend double, you're not going to get double the customers typically. Some cases you will, depends on what you're doing. But when you start to spend up more money, you typically are kind of capturing that low-hanging fruit on the beginning, and then when you're scaling up, it's typically more expensive over time. So that's why we really need to consider, what is a customer worth? And there's 3 things that you can do to increase the value of your customers. Number 1 is, you can sell to them more frequently, you can acquire more customers, or you can sell to them higher price tickets, so raise your prices, or sell more expensive items. Those are really the 3 things to increase that customer value. So selling to your customers more frequently is probably one of the easiest things that you can do, aside from just raising your prices, which a lot of people are raising prices right now. But if you don't want to raise your prices, one thing that you can do is sell more to them. So even if you only have one product, you can add affiliate products, you can add partnerships in there. And there's 3 things that you can think about when it comes to your clients. What do they do before, during, and after purchasing your product or service? And then align with brands and businesses that are going to help to provide additional services to your customers or your clients. So you can then get referral traffic, you can get referral commissions, affiliate commissions, cost per lead type marketing, Let's say you're a plumber, for example, and you do plumbing jobs, and you work with people that have terrible backups, and then they have plumbing issues that are catastrophic, and now their house is broken. You're a plumber, right? So you go and you fix the plumbing issue, and you say, okay, this is great, I just had a great plumbing job, thanks for your business, and then you go on your way. There's other opportunities there. There's referral opportunities. There's material opportunities. You could sell leads to a person that does drywall, or you could sell flooring. There's just so many other things that you can do, and you don't have to be the person that fulfills that, but you can then make strategic partnerships that are going to give you more business, and that also compensates you for that, because it costs money to acquire customers, and so a lot of other businesses want to have that contact that you have as well. So think about, what is it that you could do before, during, or after, or what is it that your client is doing before, during, and after, that you could then create a strategic partnership with, and then grow your business as well. So I hope this was helpful. Be sure to subscribe. If you have any questions, be sure to text me here. You can text me on my community number, and we'll see you on the next video. Have a good one, everybody.